Pledge allegiance to the flag and the States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with justice for all. Okay.
Let the flag be in back of Barbara, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Let the record reflect that all the commissioners are in attendance. We got a little bit of a lively crowd here tonight, so welcome everybody. We've got a few items on the agenda. We're gonna move swiftly through them. So the first item is a presentation by Waste Management on the year in review. If you want to step to the podium, state your name, that would be most helpful, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and residents. For the record, my name is Jeff Saban. I'm from WM, formerly Waste Management. And it's my pleasure and honor to come before you this evening, but to officially pass the baton to Megan Costa. I'm officially going to be retiring next year.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a long while. Been with the company for we're still picking up too. It'll be 47 years in January. So yeah, I started right here in Jupiter. This is my first, and the company's name at the time was Nickel Sanitation. For some people that are in the room, you probably recognize that. So I'm going to be quick, and that's it. I'm going to turn it over to Megan, and she's going to give you an up-to-date on year in review. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck. Good luck.
Hi, good evening, Eric. Good evening, Commission residents. And my name's Megan Costa, and I also have with us tonight Ben Mobley. He's our operations manager. And let's just check on that PowerPoint.
Yeah,
It's on? Okay.
it's the TV's, it's there.
It's there. Okay, no worries. Well, as you know, this year was a very exciting year. In the summer of 2024, the town commission allowed WM to transition from manual pickup to our automated side loader pickup. This time last year in October is when we actually made the transition. And we are especially grateful to the town of Jupiter Inlet Colonies for your leadership in letting us do that. It was a big, important change for us operationally. There were some hiccups in the beginning, but together we worked through those challenges. We both learned, we both grew. And today, the automated side loader trucks that are serving your community, they're doing it safer, more efficient, and easier with curb appeal. Safety is always our #1 priority at WM. By utilizing these ASL trucks, the automated side loader trucks, and using those technology and the smart trucks, we are implementing the industry's strongest safety standards. And that's important for us as a company, but also for you as a customer. They are efficient. We are able to service more houses more quickly, and for a tight niche community like Jupiter Inlet Colony, we're able to get in, service your community, and get off the roads quicker and let you get on with your day faster. They are easier, and there's curb appeal. With a uniform cart, you're able to shop the carts relatively easy, and you hold more trash, and it makes it an easier system for us all to use. Jupiter Inlet Colony has a high level of service, and we're proud of that. We're proud to offer that for you. And in fact, it's one of the highest level of specialized service in northern Palm Beach County. And I have Ben Mobley here, and he's just going to talk a little bit about the operations of our team and how we serve the town.
All right, so for the record, my name is Benjamin Mobley. I am the operations manager that covers this area, which includes Jupiter Inlet Colony. Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, and residents. So what I want to touch on is just the service that we provide, the days, and the service levels for each day. So just so you guys know, as Megan alluded to, garbage collection is now done by a one-man ASL, which is an automated side load. And you guys will probably see it. It has the little arm and grabs a can and throws it up top. So that service will always be on Tuesdays and Fridays. Okay, Tuesdays and Fridays. Now you also see some other trucks as well. Now also on Tuesday and Friday, we have a two-man rear load truck that picks up the small yard waste, like when you cut down some of your trees and leaves. If there's a small pile, we say 3 yards, which is I would say about the size of a refrigerator. We have a small truck that will pick that up, and that will also be on Tuesdays and Fridays. Okay. We also have a bulk truck that comes on Wednesdays. All right. Again, now that's a two-man rear load truck. That's for your small bulk. That's like if you have like a small anything that won't fit inside the garbage can. If you have extra, garbage, if you have like a little small TV. On Wednesdays when that service will be picked up. So that's everything that deals with the rear load and the side load. Now we also have, you guys have seen the bigger, what we call our grapple trucks. These are the big claw trucks, okay? If you have a large amount of, palm fronds, that's the truck that will come in and do that. Now that's also on Tuesdays and Fridays. So just so you guys know, all your service will be done either on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, or a Friday. You should never see our truck on a Monday or a Thursday unless maybe we miss something or something special gets done. But just so you guys know, those big trucks, those are for these are like really, really big piles. Okay. If you have, let's say maybe someone's moving out and there's a couch, big screen TV and all that, that's when we'll have that, that service. But again, that's all as well. But what we like to do, what we prefer, if you have a large amount of bulk garbage, we prefer you put that out on Tuesday, if at all possible, because we like to leave Friday for just the yard waste, if possible. I mean, if it's push comes to shove, we'll get it either way. But if you can do the actual garbage, bulk garbage, do that on Tuesday, and then on Friday we'll get the yard waste. So that's the service that we provide. I don't know if anyone has any questions or.
Yeah, anybody on the commission have a question first? Well, I just have one quick question.
Yes.
In terms of, Megan had mentioned, or somebody had mentioned that we have a higher level of service on a relative basis. Can you explain to the residents what that higher level of service is? And two, how long it takes you to do the service on a Tuesday and Friday in the community? It appears to me, it just seems to me that there's a lot of trucks in here on those days. And since we don't allow construction traffic until 8, you combine that with truck traffic from the garbage collection, it can get pretty hairy in here for a couple of hours on those mornings. So I'd like for you to address that. And is there a way to do it more efficiently? Is there communities that do it differently than us, and why?
So your community is unique because it's not that big. So when we, if it's just one truck to come in just to get garbage, typically it can be done, I'd say
Less than 2 hours?
Yeah, less than 2 hours. But like I said, at the max, it could very well possibly be 4 trucks in here.
Right.
Okay, and it's probably happened.
It's a lot.
And that's something that, I think what we're gonna, as moving forward, we're trying to see if there's a way maybe to stagger that, to say, hey, we'll send, maybe 1 or 2 trucks in at a time and then try to get them out, before the next truck.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's better. If they're just all in for 2 hours and then out, or just staggered. So I don't know what's better.
Yeah, so far it seems like they all get here about the same time. Now that does cause a little bit of a traffic jam. But the goal is to get them out and then, leave you guys the rest of the day.
You all come in at 7, right? So your first truck's basically.
Well, they can. I think the first truck that would get here would probably be the garbage side loader. Would probably be the first one that gets here, and then a little bit later you'd probably either get you'd probably get the rear load with the bulk or the yard waste.
Okay.
But that's usually the first one. So.
Cindy, you had a question?
Yes, I was wondering, electronics, I thought electronics were not to be deposited here, that they needed to go down to the recycling center.
Well,
TVs.
no, we can take electronic, no, don't put it in your recycling, but as far as,
For
you
garbage.
take it as we would pick that up as bulk. If it can fit inside your garbage can, we'll take it, but if not, you can put it off to the side.
So you can take them to the landfill?
Yeah.
It's not the landfill, it's,
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I.
Yeah.
If I can, we do encourage residents, if it is TV or any kind of component like that, they do have, the Solid Waste Authority has a convenience center on Miller. So we do encourage residents, if it's feasible,
Right.
to do that, because obviously they can repurpose and recover valuable materials.
Great, thank you. You, Leon, go ahead.
Ben, I'd like to reiterate what, Jeff said earlier, a lot of us pick up plastic on the beach in the morning. And, we want you to bless the idea that that does not go in the recycle bin. That goes in the garbage bin, because a lot of that stuff is not a bottle, it's not a can. So we've been told not to put the plastic that is that we pick up by the bag full in the recycle bin. Is that,
Oh, yeah,
You don't want,
yeah,
because it's mixed,
yeah, if it's mixed.
it's
yeah,
mixed,
yeah,
and
it's all mixed?
it's
Oh, okay.
unidentifiable, because a lot of it is like small pieces of plastic, and they could be made of any type of plastic.
Yeah.
And
So
eventually, I
it's
think that.
okay to put that in the
In
garbage?
garbage,
Yeah.
right, because it'll go to the waste energy plant.
On your recycling, is that a two-man truck that comes in? The recycling?
Yes, yes, it is a two-man truck.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other, one last opportunity, then we're gonna move on? Okay, seeing none, thank you. Appreciate it.
I think
Does
maybe-
Megan wanna say
yeah.
something else?
Sure, sure. Should I speed it up?
Are you getting a hint somehow?
Right. It's our classic, we know.
Really, I just wanted to reiterate to anyone, and we try really hard never to have a missed pickup, but if there ever is an issue or you have a service issue, we want you to give us a call, and the number 1-800-824-8472. And I want you to know those calls come in, and if we did something wrong and the call comes in before noon, we send a driver back out that same day. If the call comes in afternoon, we're gonna send a driver out to handle the issue the very next day. So we also use those opportunities to train our drivers. So the calls really, they do help, we wanna know where we can improve our services. And lastly, Heidi asked me to give a report on all the different missed pickups that we've had. So you have a proactive team here at the Jupiter Inlet Colony. And so they asked us to start officially tracking missed calls, missed pickups, or any kind of service issue. So in June, we had 4 calls from the town, and it was a myriad of landscape issues on a few different houses, and we worked hard to rectify that very quickly. In July, we had 0 calls. In August, we had 2 calls. They were asking about the bulk truck, which ended up coming later the day. So I think they were just a little early with their phone call, but we were happy to tell them it was still on the way. In September, there was 1 phone call for specialized service for an injured resident, and we were happy to oblige and help that resident out. So with that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Heidi asked us if we'd be willing to do a shredded event where we can shred financial sensitive information. And we decided we're gonna wait till January. We're gonna wait for more residents to come back, and then we will be happy to have that. So we'll work together on that. So keep an eye out on your calendar.
And typically when we do that, just putting it out there, when other cities do it, they also do have household hazardous waste. How Palm Beach County is, and with SWA would not do it. So I'm gonna either work with SWA, or maybe because we have the pickup truck, we might do we'll take some paint cans, batteries, and we'll dispose of them. Just kind of help everyone out. But
Megan,
the
how long have you
paper-
been with the company? Now 47 years.
45 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure being here, and I appreciate your time today.
And just one last comment, from what I have observed, the guys on the trucks that have been great. They're super helpful when asked, and just generally friendly, so. It's good to see that. I hope that continues.
Wonderful. We'll
Thank
pass
you.
that along. Thank you,
Thank
Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so Heidi, the next thing is the acceptance of a donation from Nancy and Earl Stewart. Is anybody here from them? Okay, so do you,
Mrs. Stewart was gonna try to make it, but she was unable to.
so I don't know, at least the commission members, for your benefit, have you read what was being donated? Okay.
Yeah.
For members of the community, if I get it wrong, keep it straight. They wanted, the stewards would like to, donate anywhere between 8 and 10 AEDs, which are the automatic defibrillators, and to be placed throughout the community. They will pay the entire cost of deploying them, buying them. The town will have to have, will absorb the additional annual cost of about $500 a year to monitor them. So, which is a very generous donation. It's upwards of about $75,000 to $100,000.
Wow.
And I think it was extremely generous of them to do that. I'm not sure we need 8 or 10. This is a
No.
really small community, but nonetheless, I think, we certainly will take them up. I mean, if the commission wants to take them up on that donation, it may be a little bit smaller. I can't imagine we're gonna pay 8 or 10.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe 5, and I was thinking our little house out, what we call the little house, I'm sorry.
And by the way, for the record, the police vehicles have these in them.
The police vehicles do it, and we actually have one here. At the same time their donation came in, we were doing our annual checkup on ours, and this battery is completely dead, so we're waiting for one, but we have them in all of our police vehicles as well. So I was thinking 5 in the community, 1 at the little building, 1 at Como Park, 1 at each beach walk, and 1 at our beautiful new observation deck on the intercoastal.
And can you verify that the beach club has one?
I will verify with them. I
assume
think
they
I've
do,
seen
but-
it there,
Yeah,
because we've talked about doing training with them.
good.
Yeah, but I'll
Talk
verify.
about the training aspect.
Yeah, so they've also offered CPR community, so we will make this very well known when it happens, and we will host some classes with the steward. Yes, very generous offer on behalf of them.
100%. Okay, good. So you'll work with them.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the final logistics and we'll go with the classes and the educational
Yes.
effort. That is a critical component of this. It's great to deploy them. Nobody
Yeah.
knows how to use them in kind of emergency.
Right. And just to clarify, it's not like the ones we have here in our cars. They are actually specifically made for parks. And if you ever want to go online and look at what Martin County did in their parks, it's very similar. And they have Wi-Fi technology. They communicate directly with our dispatch. So the minute someone pulls it, an alarm goes to the dispatch as well. So no one is isolated when trying to use it. Not saying you can't be trained, but it also has a Wi-Fi signal to it. It's new technology and it's really cool.
Okay, excellent. Okay, let's move on to commission and staff reports. Heidi, why don't you go ahead and lead us off?
Absolutely. Since this is the first meeting of the fiscal year, I have some notes I want to share. A lot of great things have been accomplished over the summer. You can see the highlights of my written report that's in your backup. At Town Hall, we've been busy implementing the new budget. I've heard from some residents in the last week and wanted to highlight some items. We'll be discussing police department staffing a little later in the agenda, but there's some broad highlights I want to go over. At the time of the budget, we spoke about succession planning. The opportunity has been presented to all employees, both on Town Hall and police side. And I'm pleased to share that a few employees have come forward and expressed their interest in more training, succession planning, and making their final career stop here at the town and in the police department. So that's great. As of October 1st, all police officers received a salary adjustment. These vary from 6.5% to 7.9% on the police side. Town hall employees received a 5% increase, and we thank you for that, approving that. We've updated some of our benefits, and we're continuing to look at our health benefits. Our police patrol is fully staffed, and our patrols continue to increase. This includes adding more hours or shifting the hours of that extra patrol. We have a swing shift and we're gonna be moving that up a little earlier in the day to make sure that we are capturing the right time of when crime might happen, when we have more traffic coming in the afternoons. We're over 60% done with our technology upgrades. I want to thank Sergeant Beckman for taking the lead on this. Today, we actually ordered a significant part of our technology upgrades when it comes to our servers. So we're actually probably a little over 60% right now. And in the coming months, you'll see more of us, including the police, at events. We'll have a police tent at the Halloween event that the social committee's putting together, and we're gonna get our town golf cart, so you'll see us more out in the community. I'm switching to improvements on our public areas and infrastructure. I have some updates and some items I'm gonna need some feedback on from the commission. So first and foremost, the beach is coming back, and it's been a whirlwind 2 weeks. As you know, I was on my annual vacation during that first half of the beach stuff, and the pictures I was getting made me very scared to come home. Last week, I was feeling a little better, and this morning I was overjoyed. And I'll just use one example. First off, the mayor and I met with coastal engineers last week to just kind of get a big picture, crystal ball from them. And they said, be patient, it will come back. The winter's our friend. And, kind of left us with some ideas, but nothing that we needed to do immediately.
All long term.
Very long-term
Very.
solutions. And I'll talk about maybe some short-term, not necessarily, solutions, but some things that we can also do. The vice mayor and I happened to meet up on the North Walk on Friday, and we were looking, there's a pylon there at the end of the North Walk, and it was about 4 feet above ground on Friday. This morning, I would say it's about 8 inches above ground. So we got 3 feet back. So that's really exciting. For those of us who put in dune sand a few months ago, we don't have our dune sand back, but based on my pictures that I've been taking daily, there's more sand over the rocks, even at our North Walkway. So Mother Nature's being nice to us, and we just need to keep trusting the process. And I want to share that in case there's ever any questions about what we're going to do. That is kind of our approach right now, unless the commission tells me otherwise. Today I walked our observation deck with our project managers. Bert is actually here tonight, and the contractor at the Northwest walkway, and we came up with a punch list of just small items that need to be addressed. I'm just kind of buffing it up a little bit, really making it a little nicer and shinier. But if you have a chance to go by, just to look at it, it's really came out really nice. It looks like it's always meant to be there.
Is it completed to the, and I drove by it, I go walk down there, that people can actually utilize it.
So we still have the caution tape up after this morning's walkthrough, because some of the items include sanding and maybe addressing some bolts. So just from a safety perspective, we would prefer not. I expect it to be done within the week or two. And then I'd love to have some kind of celebration down there once season's here and, people can really enjoy it. It's a really nice amenity, the way it came together. So coincidentally, we have about $30,000 in savings from what we originally budgeted for the observation deck. We came in around 119, we budgeted 150. So going back now to the beach side, in the last few weeks, we heard from DEP that we can put in an application through them. And Bert, please remind me, it's not like a quickie application. What's the right word for it?
It's a field permit.
Field permit, thank you. I call it a quickie application because it's really local. It's not going to Tallahassee. Thank you. We can put in for a field permit to put the stairs in at the North Walkway that never went in when it was created. Now, if you go there today and you look, we have about a 3 to 4 foot drop. I believe, that it would be in our best interest to not open up the deck, but instead to put the stairway there. Why? Because now we don't have to create a planter dead end at that area to make it safe. It's less wood because it's less of a steep, it's not as steep to go down into it. So using the savings from the observation deck and what Bert thinks we can come in at, we will be well under that 30,000. So I would at least like kind of a general consensus from the commission to pursue the field permit. And then we would come back with a change order with Coast Seawall, who did this deck, to do that work. The other alternative to that is to bring in sand through a field permit and keep dumping sand where we know sand will never stay at the end of that walkway.
We hope it stays.
Yeah.
I'm directionally aligned with that. I mean, obviously, we had stairs there prior. I'm not really sure.
Yes.
The order of events and why we don't have them there now. So yeah, I'm fine with that. No, with the pleasure of the rest of the commissions.
Stairs versus a ramp.
Stairs. So you cannot go, I understand that concern, but we can't go a certain length out and to do that ramp slope,
Slope, right?
we would have to go too far past, basically where that pylon is.
You'll be on the lawn.
Yes, yeah, so, yeah, I understand that concern, but as of right now, it's,
One
no.
question, how long on the field permit? Are we talking months, 4 months?
Oh, no, they did, those are like,
Weeks?
not even. This is the same type of permit, we use with our neighbors for the dunes. It turns around, we were told to get it in during October so that we would be ready to go at the end of turtle season.
Good, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, what's everybody else, Dave? You?
Oh,
All for it. Sharon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. sounds
Good. You got
Yeah.
what we need.
Yeah, thank you. And Commissioner Shula brought forward the idea of doing the stairs on the side. I always went back and forth in our conversations, and it wasn't until the drop that I was like, oh yeah, I get it now. So, yes,
Yeah, we still cover that with
Yeah.
sand.
yeah,
Sand goes away, we still have the steps. from-
we will still have the steps. Yes,
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
yes. We will make sure that they go far enough down that we don't have that issue. Yes, so thank you for that. So, moving on to the next item, if you recall in June, I shared with the commission that while going through some of our invoices, I found out that we were paying for grass cutting and some landscape, trimming outside of the town limits, which is that area, that grassy area that backs up to the marina. I had presented it to you all in June through my, monthly report, and there was kind of some agreement without a motion that, yeah, we're not gonna continue to pay because it's outside the city. Since that time, it's been brought to my attention that there's residents doing a collection and they're paying, Ocean Breeze, our landscapers that we use in the town, to do that work out there, which includes about $200 a month. They're getting a discount, but for us, it would be $200 a month for 4 cuttings, a weekly cutting in that grassy area, as well as, I think it's $85 twice a year per palm tree. So that expense could be there, plus when the trimmings are done, about 135 to 145 for dumping. So I kind of want to bring this up because it is going around the community that the town isn't paying and that residents aren't paying. So I just want to get feedback, if it's something we should pick up again, or if we should just allow it to continue. The truth of the matter, as I presented in June, is in talking to the county and then talking to Cuesta, the Beach Road Association has the maintenance responsibility for that area. For whatever reason, prior administration started paying for it, that there's no institutional history at Beach Road Association that they should be doing it. It's always been remembered by everyone that we're doing it. But ultimately, it is not our responsibility to do. It is the Beach Road Association per the county and per Cuesta. I have seen the agreement that exists on that.
What's the pleasure?
So I have some questions.
Yeah,
Sorry. Okay, so Beach Road Association, did they ever pay Rob to cut it?
Not to my knowledge.
So he wasn't engaged by them at all?
No, he was engaged by the town as part of our weekly
So
maintenance.
so the town, residents saw that it wasn't being cut. So did we give Beach Road Association a chance to do this?
Oh,
Have they
absolutely.
responded and said that they will do it?
They have responded that they will not do it. They're not taking responsibility for
Even
it.
though there's an agreement. or
There is an
whatever
agreement.
Between the county and then that they accept the responsibility, they are not doing it.
And this agreement does date back to 1999. We don't have to take action tonight. We could,
There's history from,
yeah, we don't have to take action
Let me just
tonight.
do, Dave,
Yeah.
got some follow-up questions. Do you have any more questions?
So I'm trying to understand how this all started, right? So the Beach Road Association, are they responsible for it? Can they be held?
For the county,
accountable for it?
yes, they can, but no one's enforcing it. No, there's no,
There's no stick to enforce it. So they can ignore it. There's an agreement with the
they have
county, you
ignored
get the
it.
county commissioner involved if you want to, and you go that route. All the while, it's not being done. I think that's the whole kind of gist of it. It's a couple $100 a month, at least, and probably less than $5,000 a year is my guess, maybe $6,000 a year, just based on quick math. So, did you have some other questions?
I do, but it's not for that specific section. It's let's go across the intercoastal on the southbound side of the
Yeah.
road. Whose responsibility is that?
I don't
That's
know.
not
I have
done.
calls in, yes, I have calls into Peter at Gelona and an email, asking him. And then I didn't wanna call the county in case it was their responsibility and something was going on, but the next would be to call county right of ways. Because
That side of the street, was that not belong to Jupiter?
the thing is it's a county road, and the reason why Beach Road, let me back up a little, the reason why the Beach Road Association is responsible for this portion here, and could very well be over there too, I don't know, is they did some right-of-way improvements back in the late nineties. And the rule always with DOT is you touch it, it's yours. So it's like medians in cities, that's why sometimes it's not clear in the bigger cities who takes care of the median. Well, the city went in and they put nice pavers down, now they're responsible, it's that concept.
The real question for us tonight is, do you want to accept the cost? Because it just generally doesn't seem right that our residents themselves are paying for it.
Right.
We have money in the budget. It is not really a money issue. It's really, I think we take care of it. It's the interest to our community.
Yeah.
One, two, we can research and you can continue to hammer the county and saying, hey, they need to accept responsibility while we continue to pay for it. That's really the question.
Right.
Yeah, it's our entrance, so I think it should be.
Well, condo right there, it's actually more of an impact for them than it is for us.
All right, do you want to say?
Yeah, this was being done years ago by the Beach Road Association. And the fact that the town was doing it was never approved by the commission. It was done in secret, with an arrangement with, the then mayor and the Beach Road Association. So the town never formally said, yes, we were going to pay for this. We just were friendly with the Beach Road Association. And I think the mayor at the time thought it would be a nice thing to do since they were, don't like to pay for things. And well, that's the way they are. So, and they're good people, they do good things and so on. However, it shouldn't be the town's responsibility to pay for that because it's outside of our jurisdiction. And I don't think the tax money for the town should be used to pay for upkeep of an area that's not within the town's jurisdiction, is my opinion.
Okay. All right, so back to the, oh, yes.
This may cause a rupture in our marriage.
I never disagreed in 40 years.
For the first time, we're gonna have a disagreement. I think I've been back in town for a week. This is one of these pimples that goes into a major wound because, oh, did you know the town's cheap? They're not gonna mow the lawn, blah, blah, blah. You wanna contribute, blah, blah, blah. I think for $5,000 a year, we ought to pay it. And Heidi can continue to, research it, and we can get Marino in here. But we did change the entrance, maybe, I think it was JIC changed the entrance to the community when we did our road. All of the road, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe we do own it, I don't know, but to me, this is the kind of thing that we can afford. We can put a very lovely, by the way, platform up on the river. It's very lovely and I can't wait to have coffee there with friends. We can pay for this. And I just think it's one of the things that divides residents. And I don't think we need that right now. Honey? We have
And if I can, Mayor, and that's why I brought it forward, because it was becoming something needless in the community, and we have so many good things going on, so I wanted to bring it to you, and I wish the residents had come to me about it.
All right, last comment, this is it, we're gonna have a comment, go ahead.
In some parts of the country, if you improve it, after a while, you have a claim to own it. So that's, if there's an attorney that can add more to that, I bow to it, but that is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see an issue
That
with
is
that.
very, very
Just by cutting the
common in
grass.
places we live. If you mow it, you do the hedge, and no one objects to it as the owner. Or after a certain period of time, you have a claim and you own. So I just plant that as a detail.
There's certainly an issue of adverse possession, but I don't see an issue, yeah, not right.
Others, it's
Right,
not.
right, not knowing.
Usually if I claim it through a
Okay.
fence and you never,
That's-
yeah, that's.
Well,
definitely
it's groundskeeping is what the big.
Not in Florida, not
Good, okay, good. And- and
Okay,
comments.
so let's turn back to the commission. Are you done with the town manager report?
I have two other
Go ahead and
items.
keep going.
Okay, yeah, because the next one we need to, the next two we should discuss as well. They're all money related. So I shared with you, right after the, agenda went out, the request from the beach club. As part of their seawall project, our town engineer, said that they really should upsize the pipe that goes through the property, as well as we requested that they do the check valve on that part of the seawall. If you recall, we did budget for check valves in the budget this year, but not that one, because that is the only one we don't have an easement to. It's on private property in that regard. They have sent us an invoice or a bill, a change order, that shows that it would cost $35,000 to do that work. I have only dealt directly with the president of the beach club on this issue, and he is the one who sent that to me. I did verbally say to him, maybe it's something we can go on half or, share the cost of. He pushed back on that and then brought up how we've been conveying water across the property without an easement. We definitely need to address the easement issue, but I wanted to bring that to your attention. My understanding is the beach club's meeting tonight, the board happens to be meeting tonight as well. So I don't know where they're going on the issue, but I just want some direction if this is something you want us to look at, go half on, fully, walk away completely, some feedback. And then one other item, or you wanna discuss that? Okay, let me just do one last one, and because they're all money related, right? I keep adding up here. So, one final item, and, Chief Kerr, in light of his retirement and discussing, he requested a 2-month severance, which I think is very fair considering, 1 month for each year that he was with us and the amount of good work that he did during that time period. It does exceed my, paying authority, my purchasing authority, so I just kind of want to let you know that I do plan to proceed with it. Gross, it is 23,000, and as the town, we have to look at gross. Net, it's about 17,000, and as you know, my authority is 15.
Okay, let's tackle them one by one.
Yes, thank
Do
you.
that one first, it's easy.
Okay,
Thank you.
go ahead. What's the pleasure and commission on the severance?
I'd say go forward.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, yes, okay. We're good with that. Now, the grass one, because I think the beach club one may have some discussion. The grass, what was the pleasure of the commission with, let me kind of frame it up. The town had the obligation of doing the landscape maintenance while Heidi continues to work with the county commissioner, Village of Tequesta, and Beach Road Association to get them to accept responsibility. So it could be an interim period, it could be elongated a bit, but we were doing this already anyway. What's the pleasure of the commission?
I can see doing it.
Okay.
Flip side of that though is establishing precedent. So.
Okay, that-
we're gonna
Yeah, that's been done.
So
That's been done.
Then we're stuck forever, then let's move on, do it.
Yeah, I agree with how you framed it.
Okay, Sharon?
I think we should do it. Do it.
Okay, so I think in the context of what the framework is, I think you should come back to us with the information from your meetings with the parties that are affected and continue to inform us of what we're going on. And the interim, between that today and the period that happened, we will accept the landscape maintenance responsibilities as we have in the past. No broader scope than what we were doing in the past.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go to the beach club. The money is, we're talking about
$35,000.
$35,000. We will accept a change order to increase the outfall, and they grant us an easement. Does it include the check valve? The 35?
Yes, the 35 does.
So we were gonna do that at some point in the future probably anyway, or?
We were gonna only do on ours, not
Because
that
you didn't have
one.
an easement,
Yes.
and that was 6,000?
That one's a little larger, so it's actually closer to 12 to 15. Ours are in the more of the 5 to 7,500 because they're smaller. This is going much bigger.
So that's included in the.
35,000.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the commission? Go forward.
I agree. That'd be a good neighbor.
Sharon?
Yes.
Yes.
The full cost.
They already tried to cap that thing and fill up our system, so we.
I think we have some,
Let's get that.
I think we have to get this done. This is important to the to the entire community.
Mhm.
That outfall takes most of it off the
Yes.
lighthouse,
Yes,
right? So, Lighthouse, I'm sorry, yes, Ocean, most of the outfall off of Ocean. And, yeah, I think it's super important for the infrastructure of this community that we get that done.
absolutely. And the easement should be a part of it, and I'll work with
The
Matt on
easement
it.
the easement is key.
Without it.
If we don't have that easement, we're not doing the.
Right. I will reach out to Mr. Tassel tomorrow and begin moving forward on it, because they're under construction.
So I understand you're talking about the easement that would allow us to drive trucks through the beach club?
No, this is an easement that will begin at the ocean, at the outfall, end of Lighthouse, traverse through the beach club property to the end of the seawall. And
Okay,
it will allow us to have drainage for Lighthouse.
just for drainage,
Exit,
okay.
exit out there with a check valve with these high tides is super important.
And generally, these easements are written, it's really about the conveyance of the water, right? But it will allow us to go and repair if we have
That's right.
to maintenance,
Okay.
And we'll,
limited access just for
we'll
maintenance.
have.
Yeah, I wish you talked with David Tassel, see,
Yeah.
you know, get the details of it.
And we talked today about. this
Yeah, and we
approach.
talked a little bit
Yeah.
earlier.
The two of us did, yeah. I appreciate you giving me that extra time today. We just had a lot going on over the last couple of weeks.
Do we
Thank
have
you.
any, Clerk?
Yes.
Yes.
Outstanding.
I'm happy to announce qualifying is around the corner. Everything is available on our website. Elections qualifying begins at 12 p.m. on Wednesday, November 12th, 2025, and ends at 12 p.m. noon on Tuesday, November 25th, 2025. Interested candidates must be a registered voter with the town and shall have been a resident of the town for at least 1 year before appointment. Each commission member must reside in the town for the duration of their term. Groups for election are Group 2, currently held by Janet Sora. Group 4, currently held by Sharon Seagren. The terms for Group 2 and 4 will expire on March 2028. The election is scheduled for March 10th, 2026. Within 30 days of the election, the selected candidate must file a Form 1 with the Florida Commission on Ethics. For more information on how to qualify for elected office position, or if you wish to pick up a paper copy of the forms, please contact me.
Okay, excellent. We have, any questions? None, okay, great. Chief of Police.
Sergeant Cummings is gonna do our report today.
Thank, that's me.
Welcome.
All right, thank you. Hi to all of you as well. All going to the police department, and we have number of patrols we did for this last month, or the month of September, were 9,344. Really pretty. So, anyway, and that's it, unless you have something for me that I can answer. All right.
Excellent.
Thanks, Joe.
Town attorney, you have anything tonight?
Just a couple of things. First of all, nice to be here for the first official meeting. I did meet with Bill Doney, so I did get kind of a history of a few things, got up to speed on some of the litigation matters and some of the non-litigation matters. Haven't been involved in any of the litigation, happy to get as involved or as non-involved as you want me to be. And then Jackie provided me with all your contact information, so what I was gonna do is reach out to each one of you and kind of just see what your concerns were, what short-term and long-term issues there were. And just kind of go from there, but really, that's all I have for right now.
Any questions? Thank you. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks, man. Let's start. Commission reports, Janet, anything?
No.
Sharon, anything?
Yeah, I got several of things. One, I think we really need to work on the coastal construction line along Ocean. And I really think we need to come up with a special assessment for the houses that are on Ocean on the sea side, and also have a requirement for them to build a seawall.
Thank you.
No, I have something else, okay?
Yeah.
On the overlook is beautiful, but the overlook has been constructed with pressure treated wood. And unfortunately, the pressure treated wood will kill the mangroves. So something has to do to try to mitigate the flow of water to the mangroves from the observation deck.
Okay.
They use
Well-
marine grade pressure treated wood. I mean, I have the chemistry on it, and it will kill the mangroves.
I don't know if we're gonna have that answer here tonight, so maybe the town manager can take that as a way and get some information to us at the next board meeting. our commission meeting, with some documentation around that. Is anything else, Sharon?
Yeah, I have a fourth thing. We need to, talk about a completion bond or rolling over, permits. We have a house on Shelter that's been under construction for a very, very long time. And we need to have a way to, have the permit renewed, have the permit rolled over, to complete that project on Shelter.
Do you have the address of the project on Shelter you're referring to?
I don't have the address, but you can drive by and see it. It's just a little bit, south of the walkway.
Okay.
Yeah.
204,
Marcello?
204 Bizarre.
Yeah, Bizarre.
And then I have another thing, I really think we need to, have an agreement, to use Coral Cove to access our beach. And then getting back to the beach has had a lot of seaweed on it and an inordinate amount of plastic.
Thank you. Is the permit at 204 valid?
It is valid. They've been passing inspections. They're just putting for a pool inspection. It does look like it's just sitting there if you drive by,
Yeah.
but, no.
But there's a certain, remind us if you will. So long as they're calling for inspection within a certain period of time.
Every 6 months.
There's really not.
For the
There's
Florida
very
building.
little we can do as a hammer.
Yeah, their term stays that.
Yes.
We can't ask for a completion bond.
I don't know, under
Not
statute,
in our
can we
code.
ask for completion bond for home, single family home construction?
Yeah, I don't know offhand.
Yeah.
I've only seen it with commercial.
Yeah,
We can
commercial
look
maybe,
into it.
or, okay.
We'll be looking
Well,
at the
look, I'll
zoning
take a
code,
look,
so,
sure.
yeah, so. we can-
Anything else, Sharon?
That's it.
Dave, anything for you?
Yes, Heidi and Jackie and I went to a breakfast that was attended by all our state legislatures for North County. And the main topic was property taxes. Some of you probably are aware that there's some initiative that the governor and others are trying to figure out how to give tax relief. And one of the issues, the main issue they're talking about is major relief with property taxes, which would significantly affect us. It's 90-something% of our revenue. comes from property taxes.
89%.
Right. So, I've agreed to, be our legislative liaison for the town, go to a session in January. And so if any of you have any issues, feel free to reach out and let me know, what your thoughts are on that issue, because that's a very big. I'll be keeping the town informed with that.
Yes.
information.
Vice Mayor, anything?
Just figure out if you could, how to get that grass mowed out there by the. Geelong.
Yeah, I'll keep following
That
up,
wasn't
yeah.
part of our.
No, that's
Yeah,
right. No, I
yeah.
noticed.
No, I've noticed it and I reached out myself,
Getting
yeah.
that regularly, and all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Now, is Gelona, I'm sorry, is Gelona, are they responsible for both sides of the road, the park on the other side? Because that grass is being cut.
Yeah, so that's why I don't know the answer
Yeah.
to who's doing it.
Part of the issue is the middle of the street on the north side is Pequesta, the south side is Jupiter. So Jupiter, Pequesta side is getting mowed, and that's why I'm thinking Jupiter is on the portion that's not being mowed. That's how the signage
Yeah.
out front as you come in, if you think about it, they got signs saying welcome to Jupiter, and the other side is welcome to West.
I'll also call Frank, the manager in Jupiter, and ask him directly. I was just trying to go through Peter just to see if it was something he needed assistance with or something. Yeah.
I would assume that if they were doing it, they would. That.
Yeah, it looks horrible.
Yeah, but, thank you.
Okay, I don't have anything either, so we'll go to public comments. Cindy?
Cindy Karen, 233 Cove Place, I'm president of the Garden Club. I just wanted to alert the commissioners that the Garden Club has been having people talk to us for the last several years, and we haven't really spent any money, but yet we've got contributions from the residents about our entrance, how it could use a little refresh and maybe a real adjustment. So we have reached out to Steve Parker, who was the landscape architect who did Perry Como Park 5 or 6 years ago, and he's delightful. So we talked, Heidi and I and Laura Hutchison, who's our beautification chair. And so he is going to come up with a design that might help connect all of our spaces. The park looks terrific right now. And so we were also concerned about the monument wall, because it's a pretty massive wall. And we are talking about something that would soften everything and also bring in naturalness and native plants if possible, which we're hoping for. So anyway, it hasn't, we haven't heard back from him. We just got the surveys like last week, I think. And he's very good about, and this is what he told me, he's very good about paying attention to how many hours he's using. He's not one that is going to try to stretch it out. And he also would, if we decide to go with him and do this, I think the town in the past, we've kind of worked together on the amount. So that is all something that will come, but we're hoping for something that would kind of, lighten it up, make it a little softer and, make it look better. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, any other public comment before we move on? Yeah, go.
Yeah, permission. Hey, thank you for allowing me to speak. I grew up in a little town in Great Bend, Kansas, little town of about 12,000, where everyone knew everybody and looked out for everybody and looked out for each other. As a kid, I was about 8 years old and I ducked behind a neighbor's house, had to go to the bathroom. Well, I didn't get 3 blocks from my house. My mother was at the door, my father was at the door, and every one of the neighbors knew what I had done. We had party lines in our Great Bend. Everyone knew what had happened, and so everyone looked out for each other. And I believe the same measure goes in our community. Really does. If we do care, look at the gift that was just given to us. Whether that was a hell of a gift, honestly. That was a serious gift. We do, the tradition of that homily, it takes a village. It really does. I'm not sure the Democratic side of it, but I do like the it takes a village is a very admirable quote. So, as you're all keenly aware, several years ago, our little community had a police chief retired, and legal chaos ensued, resulting in lawsuits and trials that still haven't been concluded. So when we have a present police officer that walks away, why does this feel uncomfortable? Was it a quiet retirement? Was it civil or statutory? Was it an ethical issue? And the point is that silence isn't a neutral act. It's an endorsement. If you knew or there was a breach, your elected officials who have a duty, I think, to report. And as JIC is our little community, I'm aware that we run on whispers and text and email. Every little community does. They're out there, and it can turn grocery lines into juries. And suddenly the commissioners are in the crossroads. So don't let these rumors become conspiracies. I think the question is be a chimney cricket to our community. Think what this means, because it is an uncertain issue that is surrounding the neighborhood. We don't know what occurred. I think at this time, I think more information would be helpful to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's move on. Consent agenda. Do we have
Make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second. Okay, motion made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Great. Okay, so we have a couple of new business items here. One is, to follow what Butch said, selection of an interim police chief. Heidi, you want to just give a brief overview? And I know this started this year, so.
Yes. So as we know, the police chief announced his retirement in September. And we are moving forward with the selection of an interim police chief. My recommendation is to appoint Sergeant Beckman, Robert Beckman, in that interim position. I want to give a little kind of behind the curtains what has gone on here in Town Hall. And I think it speaks a lot to Chief Kerr's legacy and the people who we have working for us. Both Sergeant Beckman and Sergeant Cummings were interested in the interim chief position. We had a discussion, the three of us, they both expressed, their careers. If I see I'm from the Girl Scout background, not the Boy Scout, but if I see a need, I'm gonna jump in and fix it. And, all those things that I really, I relate to. And I told them that's fine. I am happy to bring both forward. I was on my way out the door for vacation. I said, talk amongst yourselves. When I get back, we'll talk again. And I didn't bring it up, but I was approached and, I got the very nicest letter, and I just want to share that overview of it from Sergeant Cummings. And he said that he felt that it was time for Sergeant Beckman to take the position, and he wanted to show a unified force and that there was no division in leadership here. So I just want, as we're going into this discussion, for you to know how it came about. And I think that was very generous for him. And both gentlemen have stepped up incredibly over the last month. And really have led the force together. And I believe regardless of titles, that's what we're going to see going forward. We're talking about an interim position now because we also all believe that it's important that we do a public offering. And however we land on the permanent position, we'll let the process speak for itself. We had been already working on job descriptions, so our HR consultant, Sherry Resnick, had already crafted a job description for each position, including the police chief. I've taken that, it's in your backup, made it into a job posting. I shared it with Matt, he reviewed it. We would like to go out and post that, and allow me to kind of vet out who might meet the requirements we're looking for and present it to you. And then, either in December or January, the commission, will do interviews or however you at that time, once I kind of come back with the initial findings, how you would like to proceed. I also want to share that, Chief Kerr has already sent people my way. So I've had a coffee meeting, I've had a LinkedIn connection. So he's already, told people to, look at this position as well. So I think we're in a really good position. I think we're not where we were 2 years ago. And I think this will be a seamless transition with however you ultimately decide to go forward. Sergeant Beckman is here if you'd like to hear some words from him.
I think it's appropriate that the community hears from the sergeant, yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor and Commission, Heidi and residents. If you don't know me, I've been here quite a while. Longest running here, 7 years, part-time for 5, and right before Chief Kerr came on, they asked me to pitch in a little bit more and work full-time, so here I am. I really want to thank you for the opportunity to be the interim chief. I have strived my entire public service career to work hard, make things better, and lead people to be the best they can. I will continue to do that as interim chief. We will continue as a department to provide the service and transparency the town deserves. If you haven't met me before today, what you will find from me is I am always honest and to the point, even if it's not what you want to hear. Heidi knows that. So does Jim. As my letter of interest and resume show, I have done and learned many things and have left every agency I've been a part of in a better off than when I got there. I've been doing that over the years here, and I will continue to do that. We have a great team here, and we will continue to do the best job that we can. And we are 100% a team. All the officers, our IT people, Jim and I supported the chief, and we will continue to support the interim chief. And if I'm not the chief, when it comes time to make a chief, we will continue to support that chief. Chief Kerr called me early this morning and asked me to relay to you the following message. He is sorry he could not make it down here today, but he was needed up north in Scranton with his family. He wanted to thank everyone for their support, and it was an honor. And he said it was an honor to have been part of this community. He said it was time for him to really retire and spend more time with his family. When he gets a chance to be in the area, he will stop in and see us. Almost 2 years ago, Chief Kerr said to me, I would be part of his succession plan. He sent me to more training and conferences to better my understanding of the Florida police community. And it is an honor and a privilege to continue to serve the colony if you choose me as your interim chief.
Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you. Is there any members of the community that would like to ask a question? Sorry. Any members of the commission? Okay, so we're. Okay.
No, question, I worked with Sergeant Beckman when I was mayor, and he's terrific, and we're in very good hands. And I'm very happy that, Heidi recommended him as the interim chief. That's it.
Good. Seeing no other questions, I will say the same thing. I've gotten to know Sergeant Beckman. I unfortunately had to personally deal with him on a couple of years back. He was very, very. I did nothing wrong. But in any event, he was the utmost professional and thorough. He was great to work alongside, so I'm happy. And but by the way, the story that Heidi laid out shows unity. I think the sense of community the police department has here, and that's very, I think, touching as a resident to know. So, you know, Sergeant Cummings, thank you.
Yes.
That's really very, very big of you, and it is very nice to see that camaraderie exists within our police departments and residents. That brings me great pride. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good.
Sergeant Cummings and I are partners, really. We've been partners since the day we met.
Are there, so what do we look for, a motion here?
A motion and
A motion and.
a second and a vote.
So is there a motion?
So I'll make a motion to approve.
Appoint Beckman as interim police chief. Got it. Second, all in favor?
Yes.
Sharon, did you have something comment?
Oh, second,
It's okay. All in favor? Aye.
aye.
Motion passes 5-0. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have to have like a official badge ceremony.
We will tomorrow. We're gonna do one.
Thanks for you said that.
Yeah, the family will be here and we'll have a swearing in at noon if anyone wants to come join us. They're more than welcome to. Yes, yes.
Okay.
We want their family to be here though.
All right, so we are also looking for a vote for professional services for finance and accounting services with CRI. Heidi, we talked about this as part of the budget process. We did a budget amendment to change order, if you will, for some increased services. This is officially the contract. You emailed the second contract out to everyone so that they would have the updated one. Do you want to give a brief, kind of quick
Yeah.
overview so the residents understand what's going on?
Yeah, this is our new financial department that has been doing not just our accounting, but our bookkeeping over the last year. We've basically trued up and we understand what it really costs to use their services. Yvonne Claiborne, who is our CFO, is on the Zoom call tonight if there's specific questions from the commission for her. We did talk about this during the budget process, as the mayor mentioned. It is just that we have a different contract on file, so this is making everything align with the amount that we're paying them
What's the
monthly.
termination?
It is year to year, so we'll come back every year with it.
What's the-
Oh, we both do, and I believe it's 30 days. Yes, yes, yes,
And this was reviewed by legal counsel.
yes,
Yeah, she said it to me.
yes.
All right, turn to the public. Are there any comments? Okay, seeing none, back to the commission. Commissioners, any comments? Okay. Okay, so we'll be looking for a motion.
Next motion to bring CRI on for this next fiscal year as our funds.
Any further discussion? If none, all in favor? Aye. 5-0. Thank you, Yvonne. And the last item is selections of the firm to provide town engineering services. We have, and I'll let Heidi go through them all, but we, Kimley Horn, the existing one, got a revised, a revision that went out today. I guess there was some adjustment on, pricing less. And then we have, the other firm, which is ten more. So Heidi, if you just want to give a.
Sure. So
overview.
while we were entering the budget process, something I had been trying to do since I got here was to bring everyone onto an updated contract. We got one from Kimley Horn over the summer, which increased their fees. Now, I'm gonna say significantly because it is on paper a significant increase. The other side of it is there had been no increase for 10 years. So when we discussed this during, I believe it was either our strategic planning or our first budget workshop, I asked you all if you thought I should go out and at least shop it and to see what the market was, and I did that. I chose to just go to Chenmore because we had just engaged with them for planning services. They also are engaged with Cummings Cedarburg, who are coastal engineers who are doing our grant. Separate from this, so there is already some relationship building going there, so that's why I chose just to go to them. You have both rates in front of you. We have representatives from both companies here tonight. If you do have any questions from them, I'm happy to work with either one, but it was my fiscal responsibility to you to look at what the pricing looked like.
Okay, thank you. Are there any public comments? Did each firm wanna come up and say anything?
They've sat through it this far. I think it would be fair.
Right.
Let them.
It's up to you guys. If you want to say a few words, you can. If you don't, you
We
don't
have
have to.
Susie here from Chenmore and Tom Jensen here from Kimley Horn.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
No problem.
make your pitch.
Yeah, so,
I think from a financial standpoint, it's
It
kind
aligns,
of a
yeah.
jump ball. I mean, it's
Yeah.
within the range. I think you're a little cheaper, but you know, it's kind of a jump ball.
Yeah, so my name's Suzanne Dombrowski with Chenmore and Associates. I've been with the firm for 19 years. We've been in business for close to 40 years. I think you have two really good firms in front of you today, so it's really just what is the best fit for you and, you know, the particular projects you have going on. So
Where's your offices located?
I am in West Palm Beach. We have an office in Jupiter too on Indian Town. So
Okay.
I'm kind of servicing both, but I am located in West Palm.
And you have an affiliation with a coastal engineer? Is that how?
We are a sub-consultant to your coastal engineer who's working with the town.
Well, you're a
We've done-
sub-consultant on the grant and
Yeah.
then they're a sub-consultant. So the meeting we had the other
Yes.
day was through Chenmore's
Right.
planning.
Okay.
Mhm.
Any questions from the commission? Okay, thank you. Didn't mean to put you on the spot.
So I'm Tom Jensen with Kimley Horn.
Welcome.
Our office is in West Palm Beach as well. Some of you may know I've been here for a while, 13 or 14 years or so with the colony. I'm the one with the famous neighborhood project, you probably recognize me from that. Other than that, we've been doing a lot of miscellaneous stuff, a lot of planning reviews in the past for construction, for homes and things like that. We do the quarterly reporting for the MPS permit and anything else that Heidi and staff need work is at your disposal, so. Somewhere, obviously, you have two great firms, great, great same thing, so just gonna be the council decision, so. Any questions for me?
Any questions? Heidi, what's our annual spend generally then
in-
for engineering services?
So specific to town engineer, building permit review, and the NPDES, it's in the 60,000 range. Outside of that, there would then be fees that would be paid as part of like the Lighthouse Drive project that's coming up, the check valve project, a study we're gonna do at Pirates and Colony.
All right. All right. So no other public comment? Yeah, Butch, go.
Well, just curious if you're talking about a new expense for the engineering, could you not include that in the fee for the rent? When someone comes in here to build a house, you have a fee to build.
Yeah,
I think that should include that, whatever that cost is, that we have to pay that.
it does, it does.
So, based on that, is it going to increase the increased cost that they're talking about? That's my point.
Maybe, yeah, for Kinley Horn, there may be some increased costs to do plan reviews under this current fee structure. Or is that?
That is correct.
Yeah, yeah, but it's still, I think it would be absorbed in the building permit fees that we have now, so the building permit fees won't go up. We're well covered on building permit fees, we're really good right now on building permit fees, so we don't have to worry about that. Yes,
Yeah, we've been dealing with Kinley Horn for a long time in the Palm, and with all due respect to the other firm, which I understand is very good. There's certain question of loyalty here. They've done a good job, and I think we should continue with them.
okay. Pleasure, thank you, pleasure of the commission, what would you,
I concur with what Chip was just saying.
looks like there's a consensus and we need a motion.
Make a motion for Kinley Horn to be brought back on board and be renewed. Second. Planning board.
Okay, there's a motion, there's a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 5-0. And do I have a motion for? Sure, yes, somebody? Make a motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor, aye.
Thank you all.
Meeting's adjourned, thank you, everyone, good to see everybody. Thanks for coming out.
So, Mark, what are we gonna do about your phone?
All right, so I'm gonna.